Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'll be taking a look at these LED string fairy lights from a company called Amysen. It seems like just about every company sells these, but these ones in particular are from Amysen, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's decent, pretty generic, and as you can see, we just have a nice little Christmas tree on there because they are LED string lights. And it says on the side, create your own patterns and let your imagination run wild with these fairy LED string lights. Use them to decorate parties, celebrations, and holidays. So they are just little string lights, and they are very flexible, and they can kind of go really anywhere. But these ones are plug-in, so you do have to plug them into the wall. And then this particular model is 33 feet, but they do sell 66 feet as well. And these ones have 100 LEDs, but I guess they have 200 LEDs as well. I'm assuming if you double the length, you double the LEDs, so I guess that makes sense. And you can see the temperature and all that. I believe the color temperature on these is adjustable, but I will be taking a look at it in a second. So this is just what the box looks like if we go ahead and open the packaging. As you can see here, on the top of the box here, we do just have the remote for them. It does not look like you can control the color temperature for this. I believe this is just the brightness, but you can control the brightness and you can control the speed at which they flash or if they're beating or all that. So you can do a nice little pattern there depending on the environment you have these lights in. This is what the little coil comes like. So as you can see, it's just a nice little coil of all the string lights, and as you can see, it's very flexible. You can kind of wrap them around things or put them really wherever you want, so they are very nice, and they do add a very nice ambiance to any room or party. I think personally they are really nice to do these style of lights. And to go ahead and set these up, so these are not attached, if you want to just plug them in directly, so you don't want to use the remote, you can just plug this directly into here, and then when you plug this into the wall, they will just be on automatically. But if you wish to use the remote, then you have this little adapter here, and this is just an IR receiver for the remote. So you go ahead and plug this power cable into the IR receiver like this, and then you will go ahead and plug this part into the lights themselves. So now they can be controlled with the remote that is included, which is nice. I would recommend doing that, but if you don't want to use the remote and you don't want to be able to turn them off or something, it is very nice. You can just easily plug them into the wall and they will be on until you unplug them. So very nice as well, or you can maybe have them on a power strip or something, so you turn off the power strip and a bunch of these will turn off. So no dealing with the remote, so it's nice that you have that option. The only other thing in the box here is a little user manual for these LED Starry string lights, and nothing too interesting. It says that these are waterproof though, which is nice. It's a nice little feature. They can be used outdoors. I'm not sure how waterproof this thing would be. It seems like it wouldn't be, but the actual LEDs are wrapped in a kind of glue sort of deal, and so they will be waterproof as well as the copper and everything. So this I would definitely try to keep out of the rain and such, and I'm not really sure how long these would last outside, especially with all the different pieces and everything, but they are waterproof theoretically. So that is nice. You will be able to use them outside, which I think is a very nice place to use them. And yeah, nothing else really there, just some specifications about the lights and such. We'll go ahead and get these plugged in and I'll show you what they look like when they are on. So as soon as you plug these lights in, even if you have the IR receiver attached, they are on automatically, and then you are able to control them by unplugging them, of course, or you can use the included remote. So if you want to turn them off, you can push the little off button, and it will not work if you point it at the lights, of course, because you point it at the IR receiver. But if you point it at the IR receiver, then they will turn off. It's a little bit difficult. Unfortunately, you do have to point the remote kind of directly at the receiver, so if you point it at it, it will turn back on, but if you point it over here, for example, then it will not turn off. So that is a very big flaw of these lights, unfortunately. You do have to be fairly direct with the IR receiver. It won't go around corners or anything. You have to point it directly at it in order to turn them off. So it is still a remote, but unfortunately you will kind of have difficulty turning them on and off with the remote. It will take a little bit of patience, but it won't be too bad. You will just kind of have to find a spot that works for controlling the lights and point it directly at the receiver. The remote isn't as much for convenience as it is for just being able to control the LEDs. It wouldn't be that much less convenient if it was actually attached to the lights here. It is just so that you have all the controls on a nice little remote. So kind of unfortunately you do have to point it so directly at the lights, but anyway, it is what it is. So right now we just have the lights on, but we can go ahead and adjust the brightness by choosing one of these buttons here. As you can see, it goes from 10 to 100, or we can just push the up and down arrows if we want to put it on 100. As you can see here, it's already on the highest brightness setting, but if we go ahead and push 10, for example, then they will get a lot dimmer. So it is nice that you're able to control the brightness depending on if you want to have them outside or inside or in a certain party or something. You are able to control the brightness completely. There are increments of 10%, so you can control the brightness very specifically. If you want to raise the brightness without choosing a specific button, you can simply push this little one here, and then it will go ahead and raise the brightness very, very slightly, so instead of 10%, it goes kind of in between that, which is nice. So you are able to control the brightness really well to kind of be whatever you want it to be. And you can go ahead and push 90 there, and it will go up to a very high brightness setting again. And apart from controlling the brightness settings, you can also control the kind of mode that the light is on. If you want to have it smooth, so it's kind of fading in and out, you can push the little smooth button, and it will theoretically go like this. As you can see, it's kind of smoothly fading in and out, which could be cool. Then we also have different flashing modes. So if you want to do an FF, which is like a really bright flash, I think it'll give somebody epilepsy, but kind of cool depending on what you want to use it for. And then we do have 3 other flashing modes: a 3 Hz flash, a 2 Hz flash, and a 1 Hz flash. They're all kind of equally annoying. If we can go ahead and see, the 3 Hz is like that, the 2 Hz is like this, and then the 1 Hz is like that, which is the least annoying, but still kind of annoying. But again, it depends on what you want to use them for. Then we have a 20-second smooth, which I think it looks really nice. It's very slow and gradual and everything. It kind of fades in and out over 20 seconds, which I think is the best. It isn't too annoying or anything, and it just looks very nice and calm and really adds to the environment of a room. Then we can press clear and it will just go back to being constantly on. So very nice set of features we have here. Unfortunately, you cannot control the color temperature as you can with many other LED string lights, but they are still very nice LED lights, and they're fairly inexpensive and they get the job done. They look really nice. I think it's very easy to add to the look of a room with just these lights, so I think they were definitely worth buying. I would recommend getting the 66 feet one, not the 33 feet ones, just because you'll be surprised how fast they get used, you know. You can always kind of hide the extras, but you can't make do with less than you need, so I would recommend going longer than you're expecting, because you will use up these really fast when you're wrapping them around things and such. So yeah, anyway, this has been my review of the Amysen string fairy lights. If you're interested in purchasing this product, of course the link will be in the description, as it always is. And if you enjoyed this video, then a like rating is always appreciated. If you'd like to see more videos very similar to this one, then feel free to subscribe. This has been Jordan for Joe Overviews. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.